And we're live.
I love every single one.
But I didn't get my usual Dag pep talk before.
You
we
usually
went
get a
live, so I
Dag
don't know what
pep
I'm
talk.
gonna-
I want my pep talk.
I don't know what we were allowed to say.
Okay.
What happens if
no one knows about the pep
masks are
talk.
required?
What are you gonna do now?
I mean,
What happens if oxygen masks are required? What do I do?
I gave
like,
you.
where are the
look,
emergency exits,
drowned.
Dag?
I gave you guys like a pirate earworm, and that's it. That's where we're at.
I mean,
Yep. There
it's
you go.
definitely worth it, though.
You got to pass that. That's how the earworm reproduces. You've got to pass it on to the
You
people
have to pass
watching.
it on. Otherwise, it's
A
not
pirate is all right by me. Do what you want, 'cause a pirate is free. You
You
are a
are a
pirate.
I love
If you're wondering
because
if
of
my
the
Muppets,
audio
yes.
delay that it's like sort of a really bad version of like row row row.
Yeah. Everybody in the round.
Yeah, this is the stream, by the way. We're not actually playing Sirens and Silver today. We're just
No, we're
this is it for 2
oh,
hours.
wow.
The height of professionalism, people. This is as good as it gets.
All right, well, g'day guys, and welcome. My name is Michael. I am the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to Sirens and Silver, our high seas pirate adventure set in the world of Alestria, featuring these wonderful and amazing storytellers from all around the globe who have come to join me in telling this epic tale. We are on episode 10 because I knew that, and I didn't think we were on episode 11, and a whole bunch of stuff happened. Look. Mistakes were made. But we have plenty of adventures still left in store for our lovely cast, and of course you, our wonderful folks at home. So first and foremost, let's throw the ball across to our beloved captain, played by none other than Robert Hartley, to tell you about himself and the character to which he is playing.
Hello there. I'm Robert Hartley, GM. I'm a full-time dungeon master and nerd, and you can find me on the Viva la Dirt League D&D channel. You can find me on Robert Hartley GM on Twitch and Instagram and all of the places, YouTube and things, where I do just D&D adjacent materials all of the time. I today will be playing Captain Hawk. Captain Fork. You think I know his name by 11 episodes in, 10
like your
episodes in.
cousin or,
No,
or
he's
something
Forks.
like Captain
Remember
Fork.
Forks?
He's
We
definitely not
discussed this.
Forks. I do remember that he's not a pluralization.
The good
He is
twin,
Captain Fork, who is also otherwise known as Captain Razorbeak, or a bunch of other pseudonyms as well. He is a warlock to a tentacly god with interesting motives, and the rest of his crew is starting to question those motives.
All right, fantastic. Next up, joining us, not ironically from his own journeys in the high seas, is our dear friend Patrick, playing the role of Alistair.
Hey! Hello, everybody. My name is Patrick Keefe. I am that great gentleman all across the internet. I am an actor, voice actor, professional D&D player, and now dungeon master, I guess. Rob's got more claim to that title than I do. But
As long as anybody starts getting paid as a dungeon master, they've got the claim to the title.
That's pretty much it. It's not a very exclusive club, mate.
Now.
Sure. They let me in.
But
Only just.
But I am playing Alistair Porter, the good bosun of our ship, with many different names that have been scratched out over the ages and have been rewritten as things going on. He is a jade dragonborn. He's just here to try and like make everyone happy and make sure his ship remains intact. And his ship is now alive, so it is his child.
That's very true. Very true.
He is-
Now, I do have a very personal question for you, if that's all right, Pat.
Go on.
In only one word, how would you describe the beaches of Bermuda?
In one word?
Bermudan.
I mean,
Burmese.
You can't just
to-
make up an adjective based on the name of the thing.
Does that word have to be English? Say it in German. You can just string all of the words together.
I'm still learning. I'm on like level 3 of Duolingo of German. To torture a cliche, breathtaking. Like I've fully fallen in love with Bermuda.
That's awesome.
I wish.
Is there's
that
just a
you'll
there's just a guy who walks the beaches and punches you in the gut.
I was going to say, like, just
And,
sucks
and
the
then
air
has
out
a
of
mug
you.
and he's just like, whoof.
Like,
Hey, there are those oxygen masks that you wanted before.
Amazing. Next up, of course, on our dearly loved crew is none other than the ravishing rabbit herself, Swift, played by the wonderful and incredible Janet from World Anvil. Hello.
That me? Hi.
Hi.
What should I say?
Who you are and the rabbit you're playing.
I'm Janet. I'm from World Anvil. It's a world building platform and a campaign manager and stuff. And I also write games, RPGs. I wrote the Dark Crystal RPG. I've got some more stuff coming out soon, so very exciting. And I write novels as well. Yay, writing. Today I am playing Swift Kennelly, who is supposed to be what you get when you cross Jessica Rabbit with a swashbuckler. She's turning more into like Elmira from the Looney Tunes series with mimics, where she's just like collecting mimics as pets because she loves them so much. So that's
thing.
It's not a bad thing. I mean, until we run out of space. Then the ship is just mimics, and then more mimics, and then mimics all around them. I'm very excited that we have leveled up. So yeah, TLDR, Harangon, swashbuckler stuff.
Indeed.
That's me. I'm a writer. I do words. Oh, also, I'm going to Bermuda at some point too. Did you know that?
I didn't.
No,
I'm gonna
Asked me to
I'm-
Bermuda.
I'm one of the guests of honor on the GakuCon gaming crew, so I'll be doing GMing there. We're doing world building seminars there. World building's kind of my bag, and yeah. So I will also get to go to Bermuda and meet the man who punches you in the stomach and takes your breath away.
I have so very many recommendations, including that of which
Gib.
to avoid said individual.
Gib.
Yes.
Gib all. I'm
I
going
will
to lots of
give-
places
I
I've
will
never been
give
before. I'm very
all the
excited.
recommendations.
You know
We're
what?
also
Beautiful
going to be
thing about-
on the whole East Coast. Like, we're going to New York, and we're going to Miami, and we're going to Washington, D.C., and we're
Please let
going
me
like
know when-
World Anvil community meetups. I'll find the link for you. But yeah, anyway, like, we're doing these things. So if you want to come meet me and say hello, you can also do that. We'll play world building games, and we'll build things, and it'll be nice, and we've got stickers and things. Yeah. I'm having a really messy brain day today, so nothing's coming out linear.
It's like, that's all right.
I'm
that's
coming
all right.
to Australia. I'm coming. 2023.
Okay, I'll be there.
Nope, it's fine. It's fine. We'll just do our own. We'll just do our own tour of our own version of Bermuda with blackjack and Vegemite
and the other thing.
sandwiches.
Yeah.
That sounds gross.
All right, and of course, last but absolutely not least, is none other than the Serpentine Slayer of Giant Whales, the man himself, Azalis, played by our dear friend, this guy.
Hi, I'm Josh, the Dread GM. I am also a professional game master and D&D player. I'm doing all kinds of cool. I can words too. I'm doing a whole bunch of cool things on the internet right now. I'm devouring as many systems as I can, so I can do even more game mastering for you. I am just a big ball of hype and wholesomeness. I just love to bring as much positivity, celebration, and love to the internet as possible because I believe through our creativity and our storytelling, we can make the world a better place. So let's do it. So as for Azalis, Azalis is a pureblood UNT with 2 strength, 0 dex. No, actually, I'm talking about modifiers. I was trying to do a bit, it didn't work. It's fine. I was trying to
Do you want to try again? I can reset the stream.
No,
Michael?
it didn't work. It's fine.
Michael,
Felt
did you?
the shame
did you-
immediately.
Yeah, look,
Did
the
you
room
do
went
like a-
silent.
I think Michael's done a so everybody's rolling at disadvantage right now. That's
Yeah.
what I'm feeling. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We are
okay.
charisma-ing at
All right.
disadvantage.
Yes, that's it. Yep, that's it. That's 100%.
Azalis
It's the only way I
is
can
a
make myself
pureblood.
look good.
He's also the pureblood UNT Conquest Paladin, and I like to think of him as the Great Sword of the Sea. His goal is to be known as the best sword, and that's why he brings as much pain as possible. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy Azalis tonight.
All right, fantastic. Now, of course, these shows can't exist without you guys and, of course, our lovely sponsors. So let's give it up for the sponsors of our show today. That is, of course, Hero Forge for the wonderful artworks you can see on screen there. All of these are made using the Hero Forge app. Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice, and Sirenscape for our wonderful sounds that you will be able to hear, nursing your sweet ear canals with their sultry tunes. Of course, there is also you guys who contribute to each and every one of these streams and help us achieve awesome stuff. Guys, if you can, donate generously, because there are a number of things that you can use in order to give our players a helping hand during the course of the game. For $5, you can give someone a hero point or give me Jinx points. This can be used for advantage, petitioning the GM for stuff, or staving off a deadly blow. For $10, I will draw from a random deck of plot twists. Bam! There they are. Look at that. And I will pick 3 cards, you will pick 1, and they will then be taken into action. Whatever plot twist happens, that's just what happens. Some of them are wild and wacky, some of them are easy, some of them are just downright weird, but whatever. For $20, we will give someone the coveted golden 20, which will allow them a natural 20 throughout the course of the game. For $50, you can boost up a boss encounter or provide a magic item for our players to enjoy. And of course, we then have our secret menu item. Now, the secret menu item is going to be very unique, and today I'm actually not going to share the secret menu item. It is a $100 donation. Comes with love. It's very, very, very fondly, but it is a very special one, and it will, of course, greatly aid in our adventures forward. But we'll talk about that in a moment. Also, for the time being, actually, this is the last stream for it, but for the rest of this stream, at least, donations towards, of course, Dag's new computer are greatly appreciated as well, because for some reason or another, my computer is slowly telling me, I can't see no more pops. I just can't go any further. And I'm like, you can do it!
We're inside, cutting all your wires.
We've had a good run, hadn't we?
We're stealing all your RAMs.
Yeah, it's definitely trying to retire on me. So there's that as well. All right, I think that's it. Without any further ado, we cast away our minds back into the realm of Alestria, where we find ourselves on a small, unnamed island, lost within the dread seas, where our heroes, following the lantern of Captain Flint... Is it Captain? No, it's not Captain Flint. What am I saying? Captain Goldfist. Yes, Captain Goldfist.
Master of Law.
Master of Gold. And you followed his lantern in order to try and find his long-lost treasure. Instead, it has led you to this small and unassuming cave embedded into the wall of a large skull-faced cliff. There within, you found something unexpected, something horrifying. You found the unfathomable deep. A creature that had been bound to the flesh of a mortal man. A creature who once had a previous name. Thanks to his whisperings and his manipulations, he has guided our crew here through Captain Fork and various harbored angers, greeds, avarices, and more, has led him here to free the Leviathan. After a dazzling display in which the dead body of the mortal person had released the energies of this huge and immense spectral whale, which was only drawn and torn asunder, ripped into this huge and unassuming vortex in the ceiling, our heroes stand almost in complete darkness as a blood-red light slowly flickers, embodying a part of Captain Fork, which has been removed from his person. Torn from his body, another form has begun to appear and emerge. This creature you now see before you. Armor, heavy and steel. Head, almost like like the flesh from Forks' head had been kind of burnt or torn asunder, and blue flames that, while still kind of burn, almost emanate this cold aura, seem to flow around and throughout this entire chasm. This is the embodiment of the hatred, the anger, and the rage within Fork, given form and standing with malice and hatred. All right. With that,
I think he needs a hug.
Oh boy.
we shall.
I think he needs a good psychologist.
I'll give him a kiss.
Yup.
All right. So, this chamber that our heroes find themselves in, bright red, burning heat seems to kind of cause, sorry, not burning heat, burning cold, like almost like, you know, when you put your hand in cold for too long, it's kind of got that stinging sensation, coats your faces just standing near what is, of course, this large and imposing figure.
Question.
Yes.
How does Captain Falk feel? Is he missing those elements of himself now?
He is.
So
Well,
I no
at
longer
least-
feel
at least
the greed, the desire that was, because the main embodiment of the thing that has been driving him to find Goldfist's treasure was greed. It was a desire, a need to consume. So am I no longer feeling that same sort of?
No, definitely that hunger is definitely gone. But it's not as if you are what's the word? It's not as if you are rageless or like you can't create or build these emotions. Just that very, very prominent sense of it seems to have been lifted from you. And then the sensation is almost like your body was constantly shackled by these chains attached to anchors, and for the first time in what is probably years, you feel as though those shackles have kind of come loose and are just falling off you. Right now you're being held by, I believe, Alistane, who caught you when you fell from the sky. And you can now see this creature. While the others may not know exactly what it is, you are the only one who can glean its true nature. You have not given this a name before, but you know about a dark passenger that kind of rid along you, a first mate outside of your first mate. Something unforgivable.
Hells yeah. Looking down at Captain Falk, as I was like, "Are you okay, Captain?"
He silently shakes his head slightly.
You're going to hear this low, very like incessant hiss come from the throat of Azalis as he closes his eyes. He opens them and the irises have gone golden. As this happens, he's going to use his divine sense to see if he can tell what type of creature this is. Okay, that'll location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet, but not behind total cover. What are you?
All right, as you look out at this creature, you see it is almost like you get the sense of this creature being an entity of pure magic. While you are looking at the steel clanging and mixing within its joints and the like, the fires that clean from its hair, it's almost as if its body itself, through the sheer strength of the arcana that surges within, has taken a corporeal form.
I have no idea what that thing is. I look to the rest of the Swift and Alistane and see what they say.
I have a question. Is it flying?
It is not.
Does it look like it's not flying?
No.
Does it have the wings?
You look on its back, it appears to have metal wings.
Led Zeppelin. Nice.
Hey.
I will sort of say weakly, that's it. That is it. And
That's what, Captain?
I turn to Azalis, who knows me better than anybody else, and I say, that's it.
You want to end this, Captain?
The Captain Falk will reach down to his side, where hanging, as usual, is his small sort of glass lantern, without a candle inside, but instead a floating, almost like a vat rather than a lantern. It's always been there. It's a small thing about this diameter, and inside there's always been a small sliver of tentacle. It's got a sort of greenish glow, which you can see on my amazing Hero Forge right here. And I will, in answer to your question of whether I want to finish it, I'll unhook it from my hip, and then I will just throw it to the ground, and it'll shatter on the ground.
Hells yeah. I'm going to say I'm going to put you down if possible. Wait, go. Sorry.
Well, just before that,
Yeah.
as this happens, you hear another voice calling to you. Azalis,
Oh no.
you do not serve that hunk of flesh. You have known me longer than most, and understand exactly what our legacy entails. That is just a shell of who I was. This is who I was meant to be. You want to be the strongest, Azalis? Then come. Serve me as you always have. By my side, in strength.
I don't like it.
Oh, what are we meant to do?
I don't like it. I don't like it. I
wait.
don't like it. I don't
Are
like
we
it.
all dialed
a
into
new
Radio
patron.
Crazy, or can only Azalis hear this?
No, everyone can hear it. It's
Okay,
very,
cool.
it's very
Alright.
vocal, very vocal. Yeah.
So,
Alright.
just to give you the reaction to it so you can consider what you want to roleplay here, Azalis is seriously considering this. Azalis is driven by conquest and is driven by strength. While there are like bonds of friendship, there's also the other side of Azalis, which is to be the greatest. You can see him looking on, and his face is almost expressionless as he considers the strength that stands before him. He hasn't looked to Alistane, or he hasn't looked to Swift yet, or Captain Fork.
And despite my accent, it's actually the same voice that Fork
The
has.
same voice.
No,
that
I got
Fork
it.
has.
Right.
I got
It's
it.
the same
It's
as-
sort of, you've got to imagine that you've drunk.
like I've
you-
got something stuck in
Yeah,
my
the-
throat.
exactly.
Okay, I've got. I
Yes,
think
you,
I have
you
it.
had the right, you had the perfect
it's actually
pitch and
pretty
perfect
close.
intonation. It was very good, but you were just missing the. You've just drunk a glass of
The
milk.
knödel. Yeah.
You've just drunk a glass of milk, and you're holding it in your
Yes, you
throat.
got the little bubble in your mouth.
That's right.
Yep, I know the one.
Yeah.
Fuck. You and fuck and
Sorry, just the way you framed that, I can clip that and have you say "fuck you."
Yeah. Fork.
Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
you. You and Azalis hear a deep rumble kind of resonate throughout the chamber that we are currently in. There are many paths to victory. And in Alistane's arms, fuck, you kind of feel the claws growing sharper, and you see his draconic fangs extend past the jaw and just become far more feral as he goes into his primal savagery mode.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, I have not mentioned this before, but primal savagery actually has a different effect here in Olestria. Not only do you get the
Where
effect,
there are ferals.
yes, correct. Not only will you have the effect of your primal
Yeah.
primal savagery, if you do successfully land, because it's a claw and a bite attack, correct? Or just a
Yes.
claw attack? Well, yeah.
Let's check the language.
I think it gives you just you can choose a
1d10.
claw, a bite, or a tail.
Yes. If you
Yes,
have
that is correct. It
Yeah.
is 1d10.
Should you choose
acid
the
damage.
bite? Should you choose the bite attack? Anytime you make an attack with a bite, you will automatically heal half of the damage done to you. Should you kill a creature with the bite attack, you will gain a permanent stat boost to it based on its strongest stat.
Okay, good to know.
Can I take that? I'm gonna change what I just took.
I want to have that.
There is a
Oh, wait, no.
distinct.
Throw it. Let's
Damn it!
go.
Falk has just lost his greed. I can't
There is
take-
there is also
can't
there is
go out on a murder spree.
there is also a very distinct but.
Isn't
But
there always?
bite something's butt.
But
So
if
you're-
but if you gain the permanent stat boost, there is a saving throw, or you will not be able to unferal.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's like the wind changes and your face sticks like that.
Yeah, basically.
No.
Yeah, basically. But that's only if you take the bite attack. You can obviously use it as per normal with like claw and tail and stuff like that. Yeah.
Sure, but like, that'd be whether I don't know.
Uh,
We'll see. We'll see how the character
Do it.
decisions are made.
Also, before I forget, super fast, we also had an anonymous tip, which I believe was from our dear friend Milsey, for a nat 20 for Azalis.
Not so anonymous.
Not so anonymous.
Let's go.
Well,
I have a natural 20
We had an
token.
anonymous tip from Joe Blogs.
Let's go.
It starts off as anonymous, but then they say it's a nat 20, but they don't say it's to who, and then they say it's to this person, and then it's like, well...
Let's go. I'm going to bring the pain.
But on who? Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm gonna
Okay,
join
cool.
the bad guys.
All right, so right now
Swift,
he's...
Did you want to say anything before I reply?
So Alistane, you hear foul, unnatural, and just fully like the crystals grow sharper and start rotating around his horns as the eyes draw further into slits, and he starts growling, and you hear that resonating throughout the chamber.
Hells yeah. I look back over my shoulder, and you can see that golden iris as I see you taking your new form, and then my eye flicks over to Swift.
Swift has been looking, as is her wont, at the captain and Azalis, who looks like he cannot make up his mind, at Alistane, who has just magic-upped into whatever the hell this thing is. That's absolutely freaking terrifying. And yeah, as far as she is concerned, she is not certain that Azalis is going to make the right choice. So she says,
Sorry, I just heard the
Azalis.
growling in the background.
yeah, it's amazing. Azalis,
Yeah.
if you side with him, you would only ever be a slave to him.
You say that to Azalis?
Yeah.
That
He will never let you be as great as you would be.
Oh, that's so good.
He will always
Very
keep
good.
you as his slave.
I love it. I look down to Captain Fork. And what of you, Captain? Would I be your slave?
You have known Captain Fork for a long time in lots of different circumstances. We've been in lots of situations before. Even when he's on one of his benders and binge drinks himself into an almost stupor, you'd see he's still got like a commanding presence to him. Like he's not like vulnerable is never a word that you would have ascribed to him, even in those moments of him being like unconscious out of alcohol. He's still not like in a vulnerable position for some reason, just because he's got this like inherent weird magic around him that he's always got like a way of lashing out with a tentacle from behind you and grabbing you or something. In this moment, this is the first time you've seen him vulnerable. He looks weak. He looks like he's unsure of himself. He looks like he's just been hit internally and he's kind of unsure of the decision to make. He doesn't look like a captain. He looks like a scared cabin boy.
Oof.
Oh, I love it. Very well. I'm going to lay him down next to the broken glass, stand up with Alistane and Swift at my back. Yep.
Time.
Time.
I
Okay.
got something. All right,
Okay.
hold up.
Oh, okay.
I got this. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. All right.
Nice.
I don't know if I like that reaction.
No, this is perfect. We now cut away. We find ourselves in a jungle, a deep, desolate jungle filled with ruins that kind of remind you of almost like Mayan temples and ziggurats. There you hear the sounds of dozens of soldiers, each with swords in hands, slashing, cutting, and striking at these various training dummies. There is a beaten Azalis, much younger, probably about 15 years old, if that. You stand before what looks to be an old man with a wooden sword with one arm and one eye. He's a human, probably the only non-reptilian person at this camp. You are part of a warband of lizard folks. You traveled with these people for some time, learning about war and battle. This man was once a prisoner, enslaved by these lizard folk, but earned their respect through many years of training and strength. What is this person's name?
This person's name is going to be Millsy. Thank you for my natural 20 token.
Nice.
Millsy.
Nice.
Millsy was once a warrior captain. His platoon killed by the very lizard folks you now find yourself in the company of. He says, Azalis, you keep striking with rage and anger in your heart. I keep telling you that that's not the way to do this. Look, the lizard folk, they fight for honor and for pride. They fight for territory. What is strength to you, Azalis? Why do you seek it so fervently?
I want to be the greatest. Like no one ever was.
He basically uses the tip of his sword and tips the blade from your hand, which causes you to kind of slip and land on the ground. He says,
I told you to stop doing that, old man.
Foolish. I did not ask what is at the end of your road. With all this strength, all this desire you have, to what purpose are you even going to use it? Strength can do more than just satisfy your glory. It can be used to build cities, to turn imagination to reality. That is what strength is. And remember one thing, and remember it well. Strength is only proven by the company you keep. Your strength to pull people forward and raise people up. Because a tyrant will tear those around them down. And all they do is make people weak. And we gain nothing from fighting the weak.
Hearing these words, Azalis begins to stand with a big, cocked grin on one side. You can see his sharp teeth. As his eyes flick to to Millsy, he says,
Forge my own fate. Build glory. This will be my conquest. I will not be a tyrant.
Hearing these words echoing, if there's anything else you want to add to this scene.
No. We now return back to the and Azalis, you are now standing in front of Alistane, Swift, and a weakened Fork.
Yeah, and then look down to Fork.
I fight for you, Captain. And I always will.
I look to the others.
Let's forge our fate together.
And with
Glory will be ours.
Together, then. That's how we work, right?
Yes.
I put my hand up. I put my hand up towards Azalis to let him help me get to my feet and out of Alistair's arms.
I help him up with my my heavy metal gauntlet.
I put my other hand as he pulls me up. I put my other hand on the side of his face, and it's pretty much an identical situation that we were in when he was pulling me out of the water. Just like moments, in story-wise, it was like earlier today, or like last night or something when I was strangling you. Essentially, I put my hand and I lean my head in just as I did before. But this time I say, "Thank you," and I'm sorry.
You don't need to be sorry, Captain. I knew it wasn't you that strangled me.
Captain still seems unsure of himself, but you sense relief on him that you are not going to strike him down in his weak moment, and that you're going to be there to help him. He's going to essentially just step back away from this creature though, and put himself in a not so forward position for this.
So I'm going to look to the creature and say,
"The hand you raised to my neck, I will claim as a grisly trophy."
I point my sword towards him.
It was you. You and your hatred and rage and greed. I will end you for our glory.
And I look back.
What say you, crew?
You just hear a large, like a deafening roar from Alistane.
Yeah.
Swift cocks the piranha gun and says, "Well, okay then."
Hells yeah.
And the captain will change his shift weave back into that of Captain Razorbeak with the plague mask and the big pauldrons and things.
All right.
Wait, I wanna do something before we go ahead.
Absolutely, 100%.
I wanna put a little fluffy paw on Captain Falk as he epics up, and I wanna say, Captain, this is the most important fight of your life, and we all have your back. You can do this. And I want to roll a persuasion check, and I want to try and give him a boost so that he feels less crap.
Hells yeah. Let's go.
That is a 19!
Yes!
No, that is a
Yes!
30!
Let's go.
I am very persuasive.
You have a plus 11 persuasion.
Yes, I am very persuasive.
Just
All
so
right.
you know, a DC 30 is practically impossible, they say on the DC list.
With the practically impossible, Janet, as you are level 9, I'm going to allow you to roll 5d6. Please roll it in chat now.
I'm curious about what's going to
She's
happen now.
You're gonna sneak attack me in the back with your furry paw.
Yeah.
Ja! We have your
I'm
back.
going to give you like a
It's right
secret.
here.
I'm going to give you like a secret ginger enema that's going to make you super scary in battle.
Yeah.
Oh, I see at least
Any
six
more?
there.
It's good.
Oof, man, it's a good roll.
It's a good roll.
See, it's the fluffy paw of hope.
I don't know what it does.
All right.
I don't know what whatever it is,
Gives
it's
hope.
doing it
Your-
well.
It does.
Your inspiring words, and you guys can all check your combat tracker for this. Your inspiring words have dug deep, and between that, Azalis,
What?
and Alistane, all of you have now received 24 temporary hit points.
Yeah. Let's go.
Honey-ho!
That's
Which of-
amazing.
Which will stack with Alistane's 30 that he got from the transformation as well. Because I'm not that guy. All right.
That guy.
He says,
Fuck yes.
"You are part of my crew, and have been so for some time. Your fates are mine to decide, and I choose death." And as he says this, you watch as his hand starts to crumple, and as his basically the hand, not the hand that Azalis wants to cut off, because I feel like that's mean, but the other hand, as the armor crumples, it transforms into a metal interlocking tentacle flail. As it crashes into the ground, instead of little suction cups, there are spikes. So this will function like a tentacle, just in a more angry way. And with that, we're going to go into an initiative.
Right, let's
go.
go! Oh my gosh, I'm so hyped, guys.
All right.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
The real Razor... Oh, wait. Well, yeah, okay. You know what? You guys can roll your initiatives. Roll your own initiatives. Why not?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, you were gonna roll for us, right?
I mean, Fantasy Grounds rolls them all, but yeah, you can go on, give it a go.
Just the unfucking one.
That was not the best.
These initiatives are terrible.
I found it.
Alistane's actually currently going first.
I'll just
Swift.
I'll just let Fantasy Grounds do
I
it.
use accidental slug.
Here's the thing:
I
if
rolled a 5.
oh no,
All right.
if all our initiative's bad, then
It doesn't
matter.
That's very true. That's very true.
Whoever rolled the worst, roll for the baddie.
All right. Where's...
That was me, I think.
Or are they getting? Or are they? Have they gotten the bad rolls out?
Well, let's have a look. The baddie gets a
64.
21.
Yeah, that's tracks.
Might as well be, yeah.
All right.
Can I like opt to go last?
Yeah. I mean,
hold
that's
your
basically a
action.
delay action. So yes, you can opt. You
Yeah.
can definitely opt to go last. All right.
It makes the most
And just a
story
point of
sense
order
that my
as
other guy
well.
goes first.
Yes.
Yeah. Just a point of order as well. Are we, because we're starting at level 9, are we, HP is still the same as last time from the Saurian fight, or are we starting with a new sheet?
Oh, it is absolutely still the same as last time.
Okay, cool. Okay.
All right. Also, and thank you for the alert, Sparrow, and thank you for Petiola. Petiola has decided to add some fuel to this flame and given us a $50 boss buff.
Oh, thanks, Petiola.
Oh,
This was definitely not going to be a difficult fight already.
Oh,
it was nice knowing you guys.
Hurt is good. Hurt is good. It's fine.
All right.
Spicy. Spicy.
In
I like
the
spicy.
immortal
down,
worlds of
calm down,
Azalis, pain, 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 pain.
All right. Almost as if I had something prepared because I figured someone was going to mess with... Oi, don't touch my tokens. Get out of here. Oi.
I'll be a good boy.
Stop messing with his tokens, whoever's doing that.
It's not me. I don't. Oh wait, no.
Not me.
No, it's not me.
I love how Patrick genuinely thought it might have been him.
That's a check.
Look, I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't think I'm messing with his tokens.
All right.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Definitely not like
I
Rob to try
saw
and mess with his
these
tokens and then pretend
Off
like
the
it's not
edge
him.
of the map, Michael.
What?
I saw you, big hairy. I'm
Yes.
not gonna finish that sentence.
All right. So you
He
watch...
was ready for a boss buff, wasn't he?
Yeah, he is boss buffing. All right, so at this point in time, water begins to accumulate, flowing upwards from the ground and coalescing into these orbs that begin to spiral. Now, a ton of water begins to flow into them, and you watch as, despite the volume of water going in, the actual orb itself never increases beyond the size of a small, like, golf ball. As these orbs float in the air, glowing with different powered colors, you can see that the energies that kind of emanate from it kind of create this almost underwater underwater vibe. You kind of feel yourself almost as if you're treading on water. And you watch as the creature raises up its mechanical tendril arm, and as it does so, brings it down. It plunges into the earth as if it were plunging into water. And you watch as from one of these orbs, the tendril comes out.
Ooh.
Oh no.
It reaches at Swift.
Me?
Indeed, indeed.
But I small bunny.
You are small bunny.
I'm small bunny. Can I evade it somehow? That's an interesting question.
Well, you have
Uncanny
your...
dodge or evasion.
I can nimbly dodge out of the way of certain area effects.
Tis not an area effect, tis a targeting effect. But you can halve the
Tis a-
damage that you are
You
about
can
to take.
uncanny dodge it if it's a targeting effect.
Yeah.
I can uncanny dodge it.
Alright.
Rogues be rogan.
Rogan.
Rogues
Rogan.
be Rogan.
Alright.
I'm a rouge
A
rogue.
small blur of bunny. Swift dodges out the way.
Wait, what? How do you absorb... Oh, yes, no, that's right. You've got temporary hit points.
Temporary
Alright.
points.
So, that'll only deal half damage. Alright.
And
so,
they're coming out of these orbs, right?
yes. You can basically see as he's dug his hand into the ground, a tendril has appeared from each of the orbs.
That's cool.
As he's then pulled his arm back, the tendril retracts. Swift, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh shucks, really? But I'm made of nothing. I'm mainly attitude.
Oh, well, what was it? Is it a saving throw?
Constitution saving
Constitution
throw.
saving
Oh,
It's
you
like,
get my
can it
you
be
get
charisma?
my aura.
Aura me up, baby.
You get
What does
a
that do?
+4.
Plus
Ooh.
4. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
We'll need it.
okay.
Aura
That's
protection.
a 20. There's a
That's a-
dirty 20.
Yeah.
It's the only kind I know.
Gosh, damn.
Okay, so as Tentacle whiplashes me, apparently,
Yep.
I go, hey, keep these to yourself.
As the tentacle whiplashed you and pulled you back only a little bit, it actually felt like you were being dragged underwater, even though you were just being moved towards the orb. The way that these orbs work, which Swift can probably now ascertain, is the closer you get to one of these orbs, the deeper in the water you happen to be. So the aura, the actual light that you can see around them, is the equivalent of actual water.
Right.
Guys, stay away from the orbs. They're something like an underwater effect. Bad, very bad.
What a bad, got it.
All right. I think that's good enough.
What
for,
a bad.
I think that's good enough for an opening volley. With his next action, he is just going to use a taunt on Azalis. You watch as he swings his his arm tentacle, and as it snaps, you hear the plates interlock and create a lance.
Let's go.
Out of his arm. All right, we then go to Swift.
Really? I'm first with that terrible initiative roll. All right.
Yep.
Okay then. Tell me about the ceiling of this cavern.
It is quite pointy. They have lots of little pointy stalactites on the ceiling. There is moss, there is bioluminescence, there is also drippy drips of bright red, likely bits of flesh from the giant whale that got sucked through the ceiling not too long ago.
Oh yeah, that was the thing.
Yeah, that was the whole thing.
How high is the ceiling?
The ceiling is...
Well-related shenanigans.
It is definitely something I had thought of before, and not something I would ever consider randomly generating.
Naturally.
It is...
Absolutely.
It is exactly 60 foot tall. It's quite a high.
5 times.
I'm gonna say that
bonus.
I'm gonna say that it goes up to 60 foot, starting at a 20 foot height near the edges of the cavern. So it basically goes up
20 I can do.
to a point.
And I'm near the edge of the cavern.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I am going to, bear with me,
Rawr.
do a rabbit hop straight up into the air, 20 foot, because I'm bunny. So I'm going to bunny hop up and grab on something, and I'm going to say, guys, consider me a big distracting thing, and I'm going to compel duel.
Oh, nice. You gotta come get me. I'm on the ceiling.
Come get me! I'm on the side, I'm on the ceiling! Yeah, exactly.
That's
and
so loony. I love it.
It's how I roll. And because I have performed a bonus action and, let me count, sorry, I just don't want to accidentally crap this up.
All right. Also, we have
Yeah,
another
what's
donation
up,
from Liska, who
Liska.
has given a hero point to Patrick.
Let's go.
Hey.
Hey.
Let's go.
If I do 2 bonus actions, one of those is my main action, right?
Depends
So
on
I
what it
can't
is.
also shoot, I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, I end my turn hanging from the ceiling, being like, "Come and get me, faux fork!"
All right. Does compelled duel have a saving throw?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Drop the saving throw onto the creature, and let us see how he fares.
Good luck, creature.
Creature
Not.
must make a wisdom saving throw.
Yep. If you look on
On
your
it.
if you look on your action tab, there is the
Yes,
spells.
there.
Little
Yes.
little magnifying glass. Drag and it
Yeah.
at him. Just.
Oh, it's got the save. Yeah. Okay. Did that work?
Yes.
You get rolled.
All right.
No.
He is not compelled.
No.
Bastard.
He does, however, look at you and says, "You cannot compel me to attack you, but I will still kill you."
So you're not going to attack me, but you are going to kill me. Doesn't that mean you are going?
Oh yes,
so
I just
have in fact compelled you.
but I just want you to know that it's not because you told me to.
Oh really?
Because I want.
I love
Because
that
I
the
want-
giant embodiment of greed and hunger and
And
He's
rage.
gonna take
Yeah.
your time.
has the same awkward aspects
Yeah.
of Captain Bog.
Especially when it comes to Swift.
Yeah.
Yes, but you're the one that, look, I wasn't proposing. I was just giving you a ring.
Why are you so frustrating?
Oh, Swift,
So
I'm
as
not
I- as I-
compelled to kill you. I just want to kill you.
As I hang off the stalactite slightly, I'm gonna do one of these with my leg in the air. You can't see my leg yet, there you go. And I'm gonna say, "Come
Very
and get
good.
me, big boy."
Oh my god.
Very good. Very good.
You're so
Jen.
sweet.
Very good.
Let's see who I can make
good.
uncomfortable.
The real captain smiles behind his mask.
Like blushes and stuff. All right. Next up we go to Alistane Porter.
Beautiful. So Alistane, wings fully out, crackling with psionic energy,
Yes.
takes enough movement to get within 30 feet of this thing. Beast, feel the wrath of the land and the sea. And I am going to reach out as tendrils of seaweed and roots bursting up and cracking from the ground wrap their way around its legs and arms. And I will cast Blight at 5th level.
Ooh, very nice.
We're starting off strong, gang.
Yeah.
This is only going to be at 4th level on Fantasy Grounds. I believe I'm going to add another D8, but we're going to find out. Did that work? I don't think it worked. Give me a sec. Drag and drop.
Drag and drop.
Drag and drop. It's not working. Oh, because it's a Constitution saving throw. I need you to make a Constitution.
Yeah, you gotta drop the saving throw on him.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Don't I? Oh, I clicked the. I see. I understand.
I get it.
There it
There we go.
is. Oh, he fails.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, and I will have to add another D8.
Yeah. Okay.
Of necrotic damage, as
Damn.
so as, and then there's one more. Wait, there's one more.
More.
on him. I think I can drop it on
I
him.
used
No,
Blight.
just drop one in the chat and I'll adjust.
There was
Beautiful.
I was running a game for some people on
well,
Tuesday, and I knew that there was a
Solid
druid
focus.
in my group that hadn't used Blight, and he was like, keeps referring to it as his
Oh.
nuke spell, and he never got to use it. So I deliberately threw them up against a random encounter that was a tree ant. And Blight does
that's an
automatic.
insta-kill.
It does max damage against tree ants, so it was just 64 damage just straight up.
Amazing.
And I was like,
The-
yeah, you basically one shot this tree ant.
Yeah,
You feel like a badass. It was
I'll do
awesome.
it.
Oh,
All right.
fuck yeah.
The blighted
as-
energies just like rush out of you and straight into its body. You watch as the blue flames start to flicker with this kind of jade kind of corruption through it.
You see, like, whatever body it is made of, you just see the like sort of as lava is cooling, you see as the energy is sapped from him, and where the tendrils have wrapped their way around, the flames are extinguished, and that is all you see is the decrepit flesh underneath.
That's good.
That's very cool.
And bonus action is a whole lot of nothing. Bonus action is a whole lot of nothing. Bonus action whips his staff around as it begins to glow with magical energy, and the feral rage goes through his druid staff as bonus action casts Shillelagh, which is cantrip.
All right.
Oh, can I do that? Because I cast a leveled spell as my action. Can I do a cantrip as a bonus action? Or is it only the reverse? That I can do a cantrip and then a leveled spell as a bonus action?
If the cantrip is a bonus action to cast, then you can do. Well, I mean, rules as written, technically it has to be the cantrip as the action, but that's stupid and everybody hates it.
Valid. All
It's,
right.
only, it's almost as if this sounds like a very familiar scenario.
It's almost like I made an entire D&D logic episode about this.
Valid. Well, Shillelagh's a cantrip. So
You
yeah.
can you can have your shillelagh. Look, I'm not afraid of your stick. Okay, like I'm playing.
I'm not afraid of your stick. Look, you want a magic stick, you have it.
You have
Just have your
magic
goddamn
stick,
magic
it's
stick.
fine.
All right. Also, by the way, speaking of magic, we have, of course, Sparrow Flyaway, who has just given everyone group inspiration. This is, of course, not to be confused with your hero point, but yeah, you guys get that as well.
Yeah.
Nice. And that's an inspiration point that any one of us can use, right?
No, all of you have one.
Oh, we all have one. Damn.
Yeah, that one's actually
Thank you, Sparrow.
Yeah, I boosted up the cost of that one and just said, yeah, everyone just gets it. Inspiration.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
yeah.
Then we go
Thank you
to
very much.
Asalas.
Okay, I got something very cool planned. I'm going to run to. I'm gonna take my time walking up because that's what Azala's does. Yeah, I'm gonna Terminator up there. With every footstep, there's a determination to cut off that lance. How close can I get, GM? I couldn't find the ruler tool.
How much movement do you have?
30.
Let's have a look. Here we go. It's called the pointer tool. Come on.
20.
There you go. He's 20 foot.
20 foot. Okay, cool. I'm gonna move within 10 feet of it. And as I'm walking up, I'm not scared of you. You are nothing in the grand scheme of our conquest. And I see that, you start to see the tenets, the oaths that I've taken on my armor start to burn with fury. The air begins to heat around me, and you start to see like heat emanating off the ground around me. With each footstep, you might even see the ground becoming lit with fire. As he moves up 10 feet away, I'm going to bow my head down, and you're going to hear that hiss again, and my eyes flash with firelight. I'm going to cast fear against this creature. I need it to make a wisdom save against my spell save DC. However, I don't have the fear spell on my sheet, and there's no way for me to add it because it's a level 3 spell.
How dare you?
I'm sorry. I'm trying.
Okay, hold on.
I tried to do it before we got to this bit.
All right, give me a second. Outrageous. 1, 2, fear. You say?
Wisdom. Yeah, fear spell.
There you go. You now have the fear
Thank
spell.
you. Okay, brilliant. I can drag that now.
Before you get to there, what is your DC based on?
It should be spell save.
Charisma, because it's paladin.
Yeah, paladin. Actually, it actually need to type it in for me.
What's your charisma?
Because it's 4, but my spell save DC is a 16. Let me have a quick look. Yeah, save is 16.
All right, done. There you go. I've added it.
Brilliant. Here we go. Just drag them on top.
Yep, drag and drop it.
Did that work?
Drop
No.
the save on top of him.
Oh, the save?
Yeah.
Okay.
So go into the spell.
Ah!
All right. So are you moving up, by the way?
No, I'll stop there. As
Oh
I
no, wait.
look,
Where's there? You haven't moved yet.
10 feet. Oh, I need to move it. So 10 feet away. So like
There. Yep.
here.
Go.
Yeah, cool.
Sweet.
Yeah. I look over. It's like,
Shame. I had something special to show you.
Yes.
You'll have to wait.
I was thinking the same thing.
I think that's all I can do on my turn.
Right.
Let's have a quick look.
Razorbeak.
All right,
Oh, hold on.
Oh, wait.
There is a divine intervention from Sparrow Flyway. Now, divine intervention is the only time we do re-rolls on things now on the channel, so that is a re-roll. So yeah, go for another saving throw.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh!
nice.
Oh my gosh!
Divine
Here we
intervention.
go! Please let it work. I do have something very cool planned. Please be a fail. Ah, it's another success.
I can't do it.
Look, I'm not
with
gonna
my
lie.
inspiration or anything?
I was gonna say, I'm not gonna lie. He dropped a 5 on his saving throw and is still succeeding.
Wait. Don't you have a natural 20 token?
I'm gonna save that.
No, because it's a saving.
Okay, that's
He's gonna make the saving throw. That's the
Yeah.
the
Okay.
caveat.
That makes sense.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sparrow.
You got a 5 on that.
A
Roll
5
the
and a
shot.
still success. Wow.
That's not good.
That's not
You got
good.
Big modifier.
All right. I'm gonna take the divine intervention as knowing
you
that
anyway,
since you've
Sparrow.
given that as that table knowledge, if that's okay. GM.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Grr.
I won't try that again.
Go on. Go on then.
No.
All right.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Razorbeak, it is up to you.
So a moment before Razorbeak wasn't feeling up to this fight at all. He didn't know what he could do and wasn't feeling comfortable trying any of his old powers. He's worried that trying to tap into the connection he has with the thing that was giving him this greed in the first place will ultimately make him stronger and not do anything for me. So he was worried about that. But then he just said the thing about, you're my crew, your fate lies in my hands, and I've chosen death. And then started to attack us. And Razorbeak suddenly finds in himself that is under ideals, respect is keeping the ship together. Under bonds, the crew are indispensable and must be respected and treated fairly. And flaws, I am too proud to back down from any insult or challenge. And so, him threatening my crew has given Razorbeak the confidence to say, so what? If this is where I die, this is where I die. I'm going out fighting. So he looks down at his hand, tries to wonders for a moment if he can ever conjure a blade again. His other hand instinctively goes down to where his lantern was hanging, and to sort of like, as sort of like just a comfort thing, to be like, at least I've got my magic if this doesn't work. And then he realizes, nope, I've just gotten rid of the tentacle that was my magic focus. So I've not got my magic. I might not have my weapons to be able to summon. So his other hand goes down to where he keeps his light crossbow, and he thinks, well, the old-fashioned way might be the best then. And he's going to step forwards. Razorbeak is going to start walking towards this guy, trying to be confident. That's why he's summoned the plague mask, so that you can't outwardly tell that he's actually shitting himself. The words of Swift still ringing in his ears, giving him confidence. As I walk forward, I'm going to try and summon a weapon with my packed weapon ability and see if it works.
All right. As you attempt to call out for your pack weapon, you feel the same energies kind of rising up for you, almost as if they're trying to awaken. But it's almost like it's just not ticking over. It's not pulling itself free or loose from its confines.
Yeah. So trailing my hand behind in case it did summon. I feel it doesn't, so I just use that same motion to grab the light crossbow off the back instead. I load it up, and as I'm walking forwards, I'm just going to hold it out and fire.
All right, make your attack.
And say as I walk forward, I say, "You were born from me, and you will die at my hands." And I will try and shoot. How do I do that on here? I need to find my... How do I do that on here? It's on the top there, isn't it? Crossbow light. Which part of this do I grab? The shield?
No, the dice.
The little dice looking thing. Yeah. 18 plus 5, whoa! 23 to hit.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Nicely done.
And then I grab that. Minimum damage though.
Boom.
All right, 2 points of damage.
To be fair, you are shooting yourself.
Yep, and I'm not used to shooting a crossbow. I don't really do it much. I'm a warlock, so I only get one attack when I take the attack action. So I will take a bonus action to try and summon the tentacle between the two of us, just to see if I can.
All right. Again, it almost looks as though the puddle is about to kind of form, but doesn't quite click over as it just sort of fades and sort of turns into a very, very small kind of inky mess.
Yeah. It's good that he's wearing a mask, because that terrifies him. He realizes how vulnerable he is without all of the things that he's grown to rely on over the years as a captain. And he's got a +8 to deception, so outwardly he just keeps walking forwards as though with confidence, and he's going to get right up in front of this guy.
All right. As this happens...
Captain!
I don't say that.
Oh, okay, all right. So I thought you were about to...
It was just a quick insert as I see him walk past me. I can... Yeah. Let's see what happens.
Not that. There we go. Come here, you. All right. The large, unforgivable says, "You're a lot weaker without your power than you originally thought, aren't you? There is no saving them. And to them, there is no saving you." And you watch as he reaches out with one hand, and then out with the other. and he closes. Oh, and not with the other hand, the other like tendril. And as he closes his hand, the two orbs swish straight over and onto Azalis and Captain Fork. You watch as their bodies are pulled into this tiny little golf ball sized orb of water. I need Azalis and Captain Fork to make me Constitution saving throws.
Okay, cool. You get a +4, by the way.
This is the equivalent of a Sphere of Annihilation, by the way.
It's a con save, you say?
Yep.
On save. I'm gonna add. I think we have to manually add it for the con with this one.
Yeah, bottom left. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't do that. So that'll be a 10.
How much is it? Plus what from your aura?
You
Plus
have a nat 20
4.
token, I think.
Yeah, I also have my inspiration. I'm gonna use my inspiration.
I was gonna say, I'll give you an opportunity to use it, but it'll be in a minute, if that makes sense.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Con save +4. I think this should work then. Is that what happens? Yeah, a nice 6. A nice perfect 6. I'm gonna use my...
We rolled the same thing!
Yeah, man. I'm gonna use my inspiration.
All right, hold on to that for the time being.
Hold on to it.
We will come to those re-rolls in a moment. Let's go. All right.
I'm in danger.
The two of you disappear into the orbs. Your bodies and bones twist and gnarl as they head into the water of these tiny orbs. You feel yourself...
And that's us. See you later, guys.
Good night, everybody. All right. You hear the sounds of water rushing from all around you. As this swirling vortex continues to pull you deeper and deeper, and this crushing pressure surrounds you. Fork, you hear the sound of a trumpet. Something in the distance starts to make its way towards you. The weight surrounding you is unbearable. Suddenly, you see this large stingray. And pulling behind it is an immense chariot built of conch shells and gold. Pearlescent sheets drape behind it. And you see riding atop it what looks to be a genie of some kind. Specifically, an aquatic one, with long, flowing hair, and nestled atop its head, a glorious crown. This male being, whatever it is, encircles you. And as it does, slowly get closer, only then does his sides come into view. You are no bigger than an insect in the palm of his hand as he reaches to catch you. He draws you out of this swirling black vortex. And away from this crushing pressure, you suddenly feel a certain air of lightness. You feel warm as the temperate oceans sort of cradle you from all around. Up until now, the ocean has ever been dark and cold and foreboding. But this seems to be almost loving and nurturing. A voice speaks out to you. I say, it's not often we find ourselves with guests upon the realms of ocean and waves. Greetings, traveler. I am Poseidon, master of the ocean, keeper of the deep and slayer of the conquested beasts of Elfangor. Nope. You seem surprised. Oh, wait, no, of course, land creature. He basically creates this bubble of air, and he places it right on top of you.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
I have heard of you, of course.
Ah, good, good. I was worried that the mortal realms had long since forgotten me. You see, I'm on a bit of a campaign. A quest, if you will.
I have always been more at home under the waves than on the shore.
You know you're a bird, right?
Only on the outside.
Ah, yes, no, I've got a cousin like that. So tell me, young bird who enjoys to swim, why do you find yourself lost beneath these waves, in the dark and swirling void of the unfathomable depths? 'Tis not a place for one such as you.
My lord, it is a long story, but it begins with my parents and an organization that they probably shouldn't have been a part of.
Well, I have plenty of holy... Is that another one? Hold on.
I am suddenly very surprised to see that Azalis was brought through as well. Oh my god!
Very good.
Azalis,
That's very good.
sorry buddy. I didn't realize you'd come through too.
Who are you? Where are we?
We're somewhere in the deep. This is Poseidon, lord of everything around.
Hello?
Just the sea.
Yes, yes. Slayer of the Beast of Ilfangor? Yes, God. Yes.
Awkwardly, Azalis bows. He feels like it's the decorum that's
Oh,
required.
no, please,
He's
please,
been
please.
trained to do so.
We don't do that here. It's very disorienting. When you're underwater and working in 3 dimensions, a bow is kind of
yes.
weird.
Of course, last time we were in the presence of such a being as yourself. It was meant to bow, and am I not meant to bow, Captain?
No, that's far too troublesome. And besides, why would you want to, I don't know, fold yourself in half? Seems weird. Most fish can't do that.
Right, it's more of a side-to-side thing, isn't it?
Well, normally we just sort of... That'll
Right.
suffice. Yes. Go on.
I'm pretty good at small talk, and I'm small.
My lord, and I will shift weave back into the captain's gear.
Oh,
so
that's
that
not your
he can
face.
see my
Ah, quite clever.
It is but a mask for, well, on both literal and figurative levels. My lord, am I dead? Is this the afterlife?
Wait, if you're dead, then I'm dead.
Are we in the beyond?
Did we die?
He looks
I
to
wasn't
you,
done yet.
and as he raises his head, his face goes from being this cheery, kind of almost like very, very Grecian hero kind of appearance to this very, very somber kind of look. As we now cut back to the return of our combat. Alistane and Swift, you've watched your 2 allies disappear into these 2 orbs, not to have returned. The unforgivable then begins to step forward. The orbs kind of just sort of circle around him, as it were, and he says, "Last chance, Alistane. I would very much regret having killed you."
If I die, I return to the land. A peace you will never know.
All right. Meanwhile, Swift.
Hanging from the ceiling.
Hanging from the ceiling. All right. It is your turn. As you see, you remember how I mentioned there was the upward incline that went up. You can see that there's actually kind of like an opening. Like it actually goes to the open sky in the center of this place, and you actually see some trees kind of shaking up on that kind of ridge line just above where you are. It's about 40 foot away, give or take.
40 foot. Interesting. Okay. In episode 2, I met a certain Prince Ionis,
You did.
who later gave me a scrap of coral as a necklace.
You did.
He
Here we
said,
go.
in times of trouble, call me and I will come. His words. So,
Put on the
I've
tell him
just
what you
seen-
wear.
Times of trouble, Prince Ionis calls to me. Singing
Words
of
of swiftness.
Screw this guy.
So, if there was ever a moment that we needed reinforcements, this is the moment. So I lift the coral to my lips and I kiss it, and I say, "You can hear me? Really need your help about now." And I put it down. And then I turn to the unfork giveable, and I say, "Hey, maybe we can strike a deal." And I'm going to try to persuade him not to kill us.
Well,
Because that is what I do.
okay.
So, I am going to use persuasion on him. Is that okay?
Yeah, you can.
I don't know if it will work, but let's see. That was not the desired result.
No.
You have inspiration.
I have inspiration. Can I use my inspiration somehow, please?
You can. Please use
How
your
can I use it?
Just re-roll it.
To reroll. Okay. Alright. Ah, no, that was the wrong thing that I grabbed. No, that is not it. Come on. There we go.
Prince Ionis, fabulous.
Oh god, it's all over the place.
That's a 23. I am 23 persuading as I say, hey, maybe we can come to some kind of arrangement.
You are 23 persuading.
Hanging off the ceiling with my hair like trailing, blinking.
He says, "The only arrangement you will come to is to serve aboard my ship, as you have, under pain of death, should you refuse, as is always the deal."
Sounds like
And-
a pretty good deal. I'd take it.
Pretty great deal.
What about Alistane? Does that extend to him as well? He's very, very good at what he does.
As long as he calms down.
What was the deal again?
Serve me
Go
or
aboard the
die.
ship on.
Serve him or die.
Yeah, no, fam.
Pretty good. Do it.
Alistane's in attack dog mode.
Yeah.
Is what is
Okay,
currently going on.
So as this happens, the large creature lumbers forward, ready to launch another attack. When all of a sudden, you hear the sound of a large
yeah.
seashell.
Yeah.
Fish boy to the rescue!
He comes in with his pants around his ankles. He was like, "What? How did you summon me here? I was on the toilet."
What happened? All of a
I was
sudden,
doing a fish poop.
all of a
Fish
sudden,
poop. He's still got that little goldfish poo just dangling out of his butt.
we find ourselves.
Oh, Rob White.
Just a
Rob
goldfish.
White.
You know it as well. Anybody who's had a goldfish, you've seen it.
we've
You
seen
know
it.
it. You've seen it. It's
You can't
instant
unsee
imagery.
it. All right. All of a sudden, we find ourselves back in the realm of water and wave, where all of a sudden Poseidon says, "No, you're not dead. You're in the elemental planes of water and wave. Think of it this way. The world is like a canvas, yes? A blank slate, to which the Titans once roamed, each an element, fire, water, waves, and such. They were nothing more than paint for the gods, to paint and carve and shape our world, to make it vibrant and alive. This is, for want of a better expression, inside one of these great and powerful creatures. The interior of the Titan of Water.
So, like, it's guts or hearts or...
Well, it doesn't really have guts. Well, I mean, it has a heart, but, I mean... Look, it's neither here nor there. Point is you're not dead. Though,
That's
if you
good.
remain in there, you might be.
Remain where?
Like in
In the water.
He moves his hand so you can get a better view, and you can now see what looks to be this sphere of just blackness oozing and twisting. It almost looks like the water is made of ink. Tendrils every now and then kind of penetrate the outer surfaces and lash out. You can kind of see it's almost as if the water is sick.
What is that, Poseidon?
That is what I pulled you from, and as far as I'm concerned, you're better off for it.
Yes, thank you.
I look to the captain.
Is that a part of you, Captain?
I don't know. I was never able to do anything like that. I think it's more a part of it. The hunger.
Poseidon's face sort of comes down to the hand. He's like just listening to this really cool story.
Tell me of this hunger, Captain.
It's not something I know much about. It was always a calling, even as a baby. My paternal grandparents saved me from the cult that my parents had gotten into deep with. After my father was killed in an accident, or so they said. I've always had a pull to the sea since then. I've never felt at home on land. And when I touched the water, I felt called from something deep. Something hungry. Something that was using me to satiate its hunger. As a sort of external mouthpiece.
Parasites.
Do you mean the Leviathan? Oh, sorry. Bit too close there. Fish breath. Do you mean the Leviathan?
I never knew its name. I always called it the Eternal Hunger.
Oh, did it always speak in like this gravelly voice and try to make everything sound super serious and dramatic?
Yes, if it spoke at all.
That is the beast in which I have been hunting the last millennia. And you know where it is?
Whatever it was.
We saw
Sorry,
it.
Captain. Go ahead.
We saw it recently, wherever we were. It seemed summoned through to another plane.
Another...
I don't know, some kind of portal, some sort of transportation. It's not too dissimilar to what you've just seen us pulled through.
Oh, blast it all!
We saw a land with great trees that stood higher than the mountains themselves. An endless ocean surrounded it. That's all we could ascertain from what we could see through the portal.
Well, that definitely sounds quite nice, but unfortunately it is not of this realm, and I don't know if I am able to follow.
What of your hunt, then?
It is not over. You there! Bird who likes waves. What is your true name?
I thought he might have been pointing to me. His finger's so big.
It points
No,
to
no,
just
no,
an
you-
ent- it
the
points
other
to
one.
like an entire, just all of his palm when his
Yes.
pointing.
Yes,
It's just
that's one.
His
The one.
fingertip is essentially a universe.
Look, you. Listen, I'll get to you in a minute. Just you.
My real name is Fork.
Fork. Fork of the bird people. How would you like to be on the grandest hunt and adventure of your life? Help me slay this foul entity, and I shall attribute a portion of my greatness to you. To do with as you will, so long as you seek the death of this creature, and you enjoy the water. I mean, try not to polluted. You know, don't drop plastic. You know, we don't like that. And
But
you know,
is
go easy on the
plastic-
seafood. You don't have to cut it out of your diet. Just maybe like once or twice a week. Is fine.
Poseidon.
Ethical.
I have a
ethical
question.
Yes.
What is plastic?
It's this thing that the Dusk use, and they keep making it, and they keep throwing it in our waters. Yes, if you wish to go, find the Isle of Eclipse, they'll tell you more.
I
Very well.
feel confused as to what you are offering. There was a lot there to unpack. You want me to hunt the thing I was serving my whole life?
Yes. Kill it good. Here, and I'll give you the power to do stuff like this. Blam! And he,
Boom!
Not Poseidon.
Love this Poseidon.
I like Poseidon.
Bam!
Poseidon's cool.
What is he,
Bit
blam?
of a bro, but like
it was a crystal dolphin. Don't worry, they've just got a really good PR team. Dolphins are actually assholes.
Yes, I know. Horrible creatures.
Yes, blighted freaking
I-
sea rats, as far as I'm concerned.
I would have. You would return me my powers. The
Yes.
powers I was granted by it.
I would give you more powers, almost as if exactly one level higher than that of which you were.
Wow, that sounds inside. Maybe 2 levels high.
Don't push it.
Start debating with this guy. I'm gonna roll
His
persuasion.
words are divine. Speaking of levels and plastic.
I have no idea what he's talking about, but I'm standing in the palm of a god, so I don't really have much chance to deny.
Just a clarification: not a god, demigod, little god,
Oh.
tiny baby god. Yes,
Oh.
yes. I've got no real big powers. I can just kind of give some of my power away, but that's about
Can
it.
I speak to your manager?
She's a
Do
bit
you
of
know who you're speaking to? This is the Fork.
hold on 1 minute. Let me just put you over here.
Yes. People call me Captain Razorbeak, but it's a mishearing. My name is Karen Razorbeak.
Ah,
I would like to speak to an actual god, please.
well there.
Am I just floating in like
just
like
in the yeah,
water?
just floating.
Hey,
I will of course accept, my lord.
Excellent. Good. Then close your eyes. You watch as he blows his
I
trumpet yet
I
again.
use the shift weave. I use the shift weave to go
Yeah.
from a tricorn hat down to a blindfold.
Yeah, nice. All right. As he blows his trumpet, you watch as water begins to rise up. This is crystal clear and almost luminescent water that circles around you. As it does so, you kind of feel this rising warmth throughout your body, and you feel your powers slowly returning to you. As this happens, Azalis, you are suddenly grabbed from behind very rapidly. Something swims, moving your body very, very surprisingly, quickly through the water and out and onto the hand of Poseidon, where you can see Fork undergoing a change as his body begins to be ensnared by the waves. The person who is currently holding on to you is incredibly familiar. They speak to you and they say, "I know you. Aren't you aren't you one of the crewmen for my beloved Swift?" And turning behind, you can see what looks to be the Prince Aeonus.
Nice.
You're the prince. The one Swift holds in kind regard. What are you doing here?
Well, that is a long story. It starts with a journey of discovery of oneself, where I rebelled against my. And at this point, Poseidon says, "Do you mind? I'm kind of in the middle of something here."
Sorry.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, Monsieur. I pardon. 1,000 apologies. As we now return back to Alastane.
Alistane is sort of as Alistane has entered into this feral state, you kind of see it. He's trying to fight it back, but it's further and further taking over a little bit to a point where it plateaus, where he is now on all fours with the staff in one hand. And as he gets further and further closer to the ground, with the wings outstretched, head fully pointed up at his enemy, tail swishing behind him, looks very much the picture of the draconic beings of his ancestry. And as he screeches and that roar rumbles through the cavern, I am going to go ahead and cast Draconic Spirit.
Yes.
So, as Alistane, almost like a copy of Alistane, stands back up and plants itself on all fours beside him and roars as it grows into its full size as a jade dragon appears at his side.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and roll initiative for this jade dragon.
Maximum hype.
Let's find out.
Well,
This is
that's
pretty
different.
awesome.
We
Oh,
fight
that's
with
pretty good.
dragons.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Nice.
So that is Alistane's full action, is summoning the draconic spirit of the Jade Dragon, who is most likely one of his direct ancestors, as it looks to Alistane and looks back at the false Captain Falk, at the nightmare form before it, and roars. Yes! Alistane smiles.
All right. Beautiful.
This is top tier D&D, guys.
Yeah, let's go.
Good stuff.
All right.
It's in trouble.
that is Alistane's
We got a dungeon.
full-
We got a
full
dragon.
action
What more do you want?
Hey!
Yeah,
We want
let's
multiple,
go.
Oh,
multiples of them.
We got.
It's not called Dungeon and Dragon. It's
Yeah.
called Dungeons and Dragons. Give
I
us
feel-
2 of each.
I feel like
Yes.
two. I
breeding
think I was
pair.
a dragon, so I'd say we got 2 dragons. I think it's just the dungeon.
We just need 2 dungeons.
Wait,
Does
we're
this-
technically
are
in
we-
a
I was
dungeon.
gonna say, are
'cause
we
we're
technically in a dungeon
we're
'cause we're
technically
inside
in
a Titan?
Yeah,
We did it!
We did it.
We won Dungeons and Dragons.
2 dragons.
We did the
Oh,
thing.
got it.
Everyone gets inspiration.
Yay! Everybody and an
Yay!
X20 and an awesome win. Instant win.
All right. So, unfortunately, I don't have a jade dragon, but that is a spirit of a jade dragon. There you go, right there.
Oh, Jesus.
It
Look.
And initiative is plus your dex modifier, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Am I crazy?
yeah.
Cool.
Sometimes
So
summon
it's-
spells a proficiency bonus though, so I'm not sure if that.
So
affects
that is a 20 for initiative then. For the draconic spirit.
Just
Okay.
a dirty 20.
How many hit points does it have at your level currently?
It has 60 hit points total. Its DC is 19, or its AC is 19. I always get that mixed up. Speed is 30, fly speed is 80, and swim speed is 30.
Okay, cool.
I like that you've got more hit points than it.
Yeah. All right.
It's a spirit.
I was gonna say, it's not corporeal. It's not
Alright.
meaty.
Yeah.
Swift.
Yeah.
As it looks towards you, the creature goes.
Which
uh,
the fork.
Yes, fork. He
The
says,
Faux fuck.
well, it seems as though you have drawn your lines. I bid you farewell. And you watch as the orb that's behind Swift suddenly gets pulled towards her. But as this happens, Captain Fork,
The real one?
I'm
the
in
real
the sky.
with Azalis in tow, suddenly erupts from the water and destroys the orb. Can I get you and Dread each roll 5d6, please, as the orb is destroyed?
5d6.
Onto the orb or what?
No, just into the chat, and that's fine.
Does that have anything to do with the con save?
It does not.
Okay. 22. I got higher.
All right.
And competition. Yeah, because you rolled 6 of them.
Yeah. Oh wait, how many to throw? 5? Okay, I'll roll.
5d6.
I really hope I don't roll.
Better
less.
roll
just
low.
lose
You
the
better
one
roll lower
instead.
now. You better roll lower.
Oh,
it's the same.
How
Look
unoriginal.
at that.
Me and
All right.
you.
Good.
You guys, as you burst the orb, you guys deal 40 points of damage to the creature.
Nice.
Let's go.
40 is the number of the night.
It
really
How much
is.
damage I did on the
All
first attack.
As this happens as well, emerging from the waves, in addition, Swift, as the orb is coming up behind you, something emerges out of it, sort of grabs hold of you, and sort of tumbles out of the way, almost swimming through the air in the aura that is around these orbs, and you find yourself landing on the ground, being kind of princess carried by what looks to be the large prince. I need you to make a con save.
Con save.
Yeah, he's poisonous, remember?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
He's poisonous and I fluffy.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, no, that was charisma. Wait, that was wrong. Sorry.
There we go.
I try again. I saw a C. I got excited.
Swift is so charismatic
13?
that is.
13.
her
You are fine. You
concept.
ignore his poison. All right.
Okay, so as he grabs me, I go, "You came. You actually came."
Well, of course. How could I not? After all, the most valuable treasure on all the ocean was being worn by a pretty trinket. And you watch as he kind of like the shell that you're wearing around your neck, he kind of straightens it out
Yeah.
a bit.
Aw. I'm actually warming to him now. Like, I actually like him. Before I thought it was just a fit,
yeah.
but now I'm quite warm to him.
No, Ionis seems like he's definitely like a romance
He's
novel
good at it,
like
yeah.
protagonist, but at the same time is like he's one of the good romance novels.
Yeah, but Swift was, until this point, Swift was definitely just using him. But now she's like, "Oh, you actually came. That's so nice."
Hell yeah, let's
Yeah.
go.
Nice. All right.
I
the
pretended with
blush.
little hearts.
Okay.
Arch and chat for these two.
All the
Let's
hearts
set
in
this
chat for these
ship.
two.
Let's set this.
Okay.
Let's this ship a sail.
So, from this point, the creature takes a few steps back. He finds himself back in the aura of these two remaining orbs, bathed in the light as he breathes heavily. He says, "What is the meaning of this? You were supposed to be dead." He looks at you, Captain Falk.
I will say, I mean, he's supposed to be dead. Say, I was. Oh, here's. Yeah, I found it. I got it. I say, it looks like the Leviathan finally bit off more than he can chew.
Nice.
He, as you say this, literally, like, in the deeps of your eyes, rather than the darkness of the ocean, you just see this crystal clear fathom of water with life, just brittle, like with schools of fish, whales, stingrays, sharks. Just it's like looking at something completely different. When looking into Fawkes' eyes before, it was like looking into the black. This is just life pouring out of
Fish
you.
in his eyes.
As this happens, he says, No, this cannot be. How did he even get you? How did he find you within the black? This changes nothing. All right. Now, because we have new members in the group, including, of course, the dinosaur, I'm going to re-roll initiative for everyone here.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
go.
And Fork, you get
Can the dragon keep its initiative?
only because we're friends. Yes.
Oh,
I actually realized that I have a perfect dragon for Alistane and his dragon.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to send a picture.
Yes.
Very well. All right. At this point, Alistane, your dragon gets to go first.
Hell yeah. So, sort of like crackling its neck back and forth as it like lithes and slithers. It leaps into the air and is going to, according to the stat sheet provided by World Anvil, is going to take its multi-attack. So that is because it was cast at 5th level, it is amount of attacks, amount of bite and claw attacks, half of that rounded down, I believe. So that is 2. So is going to take a bite and a claw attack, which is going to use my spell attack modifier, which is a +7. So we might as well just do 2 times for one of those. Well, that's not terribly great. A 6 and a 3 +7 to each. Do either of those hit?
No, negative. They sorry, 6. Yeah, no, neither of them will hit.
No.
So the dragon leaps, bounding left and right before swinging, swiping its claws. The large creature uses its tendril and grabs one of its arms and uses the other to kind of shield it. It's kind of almost holding the arms open as the dragon just roars into its face. He kind of tries to roar back, and you see the fire kind of blaring in its head.
Beautiful. And so as it roars back, the dragon stops for a moment, looks at it, and then unleashes its breath attack as part of its multi-attack.
Yeah, boy!
So
what type of damage
it's
is the breath
currently
weapon?
holding the dragon, that is going to be
Acid?
It's a jade dragon aspect, so psychic damage.
Nice.
So as it's holding it and it's just breathing in, dex save at disadvantage.
All right.
It
will.
The hive?
I'm going to
dex
use.
save. It's up to you whether or not
Look
it's a
how
disadvantage with the
cute
way
I
you
am.
described it.
Look, I'm gonna use his legendary action. Legendary
That's fair.
resistance to.
That's
to
fair.
save.
We'll take it.
Uh,
That's fair.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's a
that's
legendary.
fair.
It's great.
Yeah.
They only have like
Alright.
3 to 5 of those.
So, 2 actually. So the
2? Okay.
So the dragon. As this
Damn, Deck.
wave of energy just runs across its face. Roll your damage if you would please, and he will take half.
Should we make damn dag a thing?
Run.
Damn dag!
Damn, dang.
That's a
All
damn
right,
At
well,
dag.
he
it
takes
again.
2 damage.
It's 2 damage. That's very, very epic for 2 damage.
Yeah.
Plus 4.
Yeah.
This is
So,
why.
all right.
This
so
is
that's
why we
4
should. This is why we should roll
Plus
before
four.
we
Roll
describe.
before we describe.
Plus
Yeah.
5.
Okay.
Plus 2, plus 4, plus 5.
All right.
So,
Done and done.
That's 13 total, so half of 13.
Yeah. I think it looks cooler though because it means that he just looks like he took no damage. It's just like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. We then go to Captain Falk.
Get it, Forky.
What do I do?
Believe in you.
Got your back.
Do
You
Smash it
hear
up.
like
Smash it up.
as you're like thinking like what to do, you've experienced all of this sort of this new life-changing moment with Poseidon.
Yeah.
You hear the crackle of Alistane's feral voice through all of your minds as he uses his psionic ability to communicate with his companions.
Give him hell.
Well, I mean, he says it, so I got to do it. I am going to summon up, having just seen and been privy to being platformed on a literal gigantic hand. I'm going to summon up from beneath the version of me, step out right out to the side. I'm going to put out my hand, and then a version of Poseidon's gigantic hand, but seemingly made out of water, blasts up from beneath as I cast my new 5th level spell, Bigby's Hand.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
And I chose that before we had that scene where you literally
hand?
described this
So it was
massive
kinda- it was
being
perfect.
an insect in a palm, and I was like,
Yeah.
well, this is going to go well, isn't it, later?
Well, this is
gonna
that's
flavor
perfect.
nicely.
It's
Thank
now
you for
reflavored
that.
as Poseidon's hand.
Exactly, Poseidon's Hand.
Poseidon's hand, Dag. What's
I'm
it
gonna call
do?
it.
Over
All right.
it. Let's go.
It is the hand
Oh, he
attempts to
sounds
grapple.
like
I'm going to use grasping hand, the
Hells
grasping
yeah.
hand version of it. So it must make a strength score to resolve the grapple. So it's a.
You'll have to drag it.
It's
If
mine
not,
versus the so it's not a saving throw. It is a.
Oh, it's not?
No, it's because it's a grapple that I'm trying to do. So
right.
it's a
Strength
it's
contest.
a strength contest.
Using a spell casting modifier.
No, using the
Strength.
strength of the Bigby's Hand, which is a
Right,
strength
cool.
of 26.
26.
I've got a +8 strength check against yours.
Yeah.
So I will do +8 into this thing. And then
Good
I'll roll that, and then
All
I'll
right,
do
so I need
this.
to do a strength check or no?
Yep. Try and beat a natural 20 with a +8.
What you gonna do? That's 28. That's almost as good as Swift's persuasion check.
And,
yeah.
and because it's a contested check, you don't get to use legendary resistance on it. I learned that on Tuesday when somebody tried telekinesis on an Elder Brain.
You're like, hey, wait, no, wait.
And I was
what?
like, wait, what? No? What? Oh no, the Elder
Well,
Brain fell.
I'm not-
You can't do it then.
Well, I'm not.
case.
I'm not going to roll here because I can't beat that, so I'm not going to bother.
Nice.
I'm going to just.
Well,
pound
roll
it.
anyway, because if it's a -1.
Yeah. The hand of
I want to know
Poseidon.
by how much I grapple you.
There you go. You beat.
Grr.
So yeah. So basically, at this point, not only does the watery fist come up and hit his jaw, but it grabs hold of his head, and as it does so, Poseidon's hand is going to have another effect.
Yay!
It is going to stop him breathing and also make verbal component spells impossible while grappled with this spell.
Let's go.
Let's go. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna say that
All
drowning
right.
is kind of improbable because obviously you need to concentrate for a long enough time, but
Oh yeah.
you know, yeah, that's
Does the hand take the shape of a?
So the grasping hand, blah blah blah, advanced, blah blah blah, grappling the target is, and then I use my bonus action to also crush him for the extra 9 bludgeoning there.
Yeah, let's go.
all right. 9 blood.
That was my action, my bonus action, and then with my movement, I'm just going to walk calmly up towards him, and I say something cool, and you all hear it in your minds.
Man, that was wow. Somebody please
Something
clip
cool.
that. That was like the best line I've ever heard.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So
Pretty
good.
good.
All right, Azalis.
Is it really my turn? Okay. You're going to hear the sound of hissing metal as the water starts to evaporate off the armor of Azalis. As he looks on, he looks over the hand of Poseidon, and inspired by that, he's going to cast his spiritual weapon. As he does so, he summons the stick of his master, Milsey, and is going to make an attack against it as it appears. That's a second level spell. And so that stick comes out, and I remember how much I got knocked on my butt from that stick and how much it hurts. So I put as much wrath into that weapon as well. Okay.
Nice.
So I need to make an attack. Let me bring it up. Spiritual weapon. Here we go.
All right, and then Alistair, you're on deck.
It's going to be a
Beautiful.
+8.
+8. Yep.
Yeah, so plus.
Right, make
I
it
don't-
so.
I don't have a spiritual weapon in my thing yet, so it's okay. I just do boom, and then drag that on.
Where's my dramatic music going?
That didn't work. So I'm just gonna roll it in
Hey.
the chat. You're gonna have to check the AC for me. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
No, that's gonna be a
Currently a
26 to
dramatic
hit.
silence.
It's gonna be a 26 to hit,
I guess that'll hit.
and that's going to be a D8 plus 4 force damage.
First
all right.
damage.
All right, this large, it's basically a wooden sword that kind of
Yeah.
swings around and just clips the side of the skull. You watch as this crack now appears.
Hell yeah. As that crack happens, seeing his body turned, I match my eye on the lance and I start running up, and I'm going to say, "Painful glory!" Okay, I'm gonna bring my great sword directly down on that. Use my natural 20 token for a level 3 smite with
Yes!
great weapon master.
In the smite.
Turn!
Go.
Let's go.
All right.
Natural 20 token pump in the smite.
Just
All
because
right.
we're coming close to time, I will make you an offer, Azalis.
Yep.
Give me your hero point, and I will let you do max damage.
Yes.
Yes. Do I get my grizzly trophy? I won't know. Yes, let's do it. I want my grizzly trophy. I'm gonna do it. Max damage. I look
Gonna try and
over.
chop the hand off.
Yeah, just like I'm going for the hand. Max damage. Level 3 smite. Crit
That's
token.
5.
Hero.
What are you swinging with?
So
sword?
it's 2d6 plus
2d6
12
maybe,
plus 3d8 but that's also another of 6d8. No, 4, 8, 8d8.
So it's
Because it's crit.
8d8, which is
Yeah.
64.
Yep.
64 radiant, and then 4d6, which is 24.
Yep.
So
Plus 12.
that's 88.
That's 108.
88, and then
100 damage
100.
because it's 12. It's 12 because the modifiers with Great Weapon Master and with the plus 10 because Great Weapon Master 2 strength modifier and 10, so 12. 88 to 100. I did 100 damage.
Sure,
damage.
you can do 100 damage.
My
Yeah.
God.
All right.
Nice.
So with 100 damage, one of the orbs explodes.
Nice.
He is not looking good.
Hells yeah.
And I
yes,
will say that as your blade comes down, crashing into the forearm, you hold in your hand now the severed gauntlet of this armored behemoth.
Oh my gosh, does it look like it's a weapon that can be wielded? Or is it
We'll
something that I
we'll
should-
talk about it, okay, buddy?
I still
We'll
I
talk
still have extra
Not
attack.
yet.
And also I have my great weapon crit attack as well.
I've
So
only
got 2 more
look,
attacks.
I've only got so much time here, and I want to give everyone a little go.
I'm getting like I'll hit you with a wet end.
We'll call all of that the
vibes
100
right now.
damage.
Yeah, we're gonna call it all 100 damage. But you did good. You did good.
Okay, cool. All right.
All
You
right.
attack him 2 more times for X amount of damage off screen.
Yeah, exactly
Excellent.
right. Yep.
All right,
I like that.
Alice-
Camera
Alistane.
cuts away. Alistane on all fours now with the staff in hand plunges his fist to the ground and then jaw opens up to its full extent as static electricity begins to gather in a ball as it shoots up to the sky and forms the storm within the cave as I call down lightning.
Yeah.
Hey, barbecue that sumbitch.
Absolutely, I need a dex saving throw.
Legendary resistance. He's gonna make it.
Fine.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. This guy is not doing well at the moment.
This is got a lot of comparisons to what the hell? I don't know what just happened there. Something fell off my wall. Got a lot of comparisons to this Elder Brain fight that I just had, where somebody also cast Call Lightning right above it and just kept slamming into the Elder Brain in the pool. And I was like,
Yep.
legendary resistance! Legendary resistance! I was just throwing legendary resistance to keep this Elder Brain alive. Like, no, stop it!
But you were giving it electroshock therapy, so maybe it was just healing it slowly.
Yeah.
Zach's just like, stop,
I put
it's
that in the
already
wrong
dead.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Could you roll the damage again, please?
Yes.
Thank
I
you.
certainly can.
Yeah,
I will put
just
it
in the chat.
on him.
Just in the chat's fine.
And then there's going to be another D10 on top of that.
Okay.
I don't see the D10.
No, that's fine. That's fine. All right. So you deal 36 points of damage as not only does the lightning hit it, but the lightning goes through the Poseidon's hand into the lungs of this creature, which is currently being drowned by the hand that Fork is making. And you watch as he just lights up. As his body sizzles, the second orb disappears from view. At this point, we now go to Swift and Aeonis. Aeonis looks at Swift and says, you seem very light on your feet, my dear. Perhaps there is something we can do to help, yes?
Yes.
She now, do you have any melee weapons? Does he know you have a what weapon do you have in your hand? On hand?
Yes. So I actually have a rapier that you have never seen me use. I have never got close enough to anything. I have always, and you always notice this about Swift, she's always on the outskirts, out of harm's way. Like, she's always helping from the back, right? But as she says that, she actually, for the very first time, she puts her paw on her rapier, and she pulls it out, and the whole thing is absolutely stunning. It's a silver rapier, it's all engraved. And it looks like a really sort of spectacular weapon as it catches the light. This is something you've never seen unsheathed before. And she turns to Aeonis and she says, I have something in mind.
Ooh.
All right. With that...
All right. Let's go.
All right. Now, I'm going to give you full control of Aeonis and what he does for the next little bit. I will say this, that he has an ability, which he can use as an action, where he flares his fins up in order to make an opponent flat-footed.
Ooh.
Flat-footed.
Ooh.
Sounds like a stupid Pathfinder 10 to me.
Which gives people advantage on shot.
Yeah. Honestly, I was just going to use Misty Step because he has enemies within 5 feet, which means I already get advantage and sneak attack. 5e rules.
5e rules.
All right, go on.
Don't. I love Pathfinder. I started with
So
Pathfinder.
you're saying that you're going to opt for the 5e thing because that's better than the Pathfinder thing. Cool.
Okay, yeah.
I felt
not
like I
doing
should
this.
probably try and play within the rule system that we're currently operating within.
Right. Yeah.
To the best of my
It
ability.
is the better system. So.
Yeah. There's a reason why we're playing it right now.
All right,
It's
go
just
on.
going to end the stream.
That's it. Just close it down.
Your
Just
character
doesn't
Okay.
even sign off. Just stops the stream.
So, in true Swift fashion, I turn to Aeonis and I say, make a lot of noise. You attack from the front. I'm going in the rear.
As
She winks and she turns and she does Misty Step, of course, because what else would she do? So she spins on the spot, her bottle green coat like whirling around her and disappears in this puff of silver and appears right behind the guy with her
Alright.
rapier raised.
At-
And
As
Yeah, go ahead.
as you do so, you watch as he reaches behind his back and pulls out 2 large, like, clams, and he's and you watch as his fins sort of spread outwards, and as they do so, they actually catch the light, and you watch as he is now like struggling with his hand on his head, one of his tendrils lashing out, and as it's trying to lash at Aeonis, Aeonis is just. As he's like stepping left and right, while Swift is right behind, and you can kind of see like every time he's striking, there's like gaps in the armor that are sort of appearing as he's moving his body.
Yeah. So with my very smitten now with Prince Aeolus,
I can
My eyes
imagine their
are almost
expressions as well.
hard.
They're like, ooh, ah.
yeah, my eyes. So as I look past this like writhing, burning hate monster, my eye catches Aeonis just for a moment, and I give him a little.
You watch as he changes color from like blue to like pinks and yellows.
There's a tiny blush in my fur, and I just sort of give it a slight shrug, and then I lunge at the giant hate monster.
All right, make your attack.
I love this. I love this.
I'm in love with this. It's great. All right, so this should be an attack with advantage. Yes, that's what I wanted. Plus 5d6 sneak attack.
All right.
I say very good. Very good, man.
So that's 36 to hit. No, sorry, 26 to hit.
26 will hit. Deal your damage.
I should deal my damage. We're gonna start with 10 plus 8. 18 damage.
And that brings down the large beast. As it
That's how
takes
that was
its knee, it
deserved.
begins to crumble. You watch as the fires, the icy cold rime fire that grows within its joints just sort of flickers out. You then watch as this black ink sort of tries to crawl out and head towards the water. Fork, you get there
no.
just in time to stop it from doing so. It is starving. It is dying. It is on its last legs. It is trying to get to the water to replenish. What do you do?
I will send over Poseidon's hand to just use it as an interposing hand right between it and the water. And then I will walk over and say, "You will die hungry." I will summon the sword with my warlock powers to summon swords, but this time it is not a tentacle that writhes from the sleeve. It is a whip of water which solidifies into ice, and then I plunge it through the back of its head.
Let's go!
Yeah, the redemption arc.
And with that,
Yeah.
and with that, Aeonis, Swift, Azalis, Alastane, and Captain Fork emerge victorious against this creature. But no sooner than Captain Fork plunges his knife into the creature, that your eyes once again see the depths of the ocean. As you did with Poseidon, clear and crystal, this is the clearest you've ever seen the sea. Your vision takes you back, Fork, takes you past, through, beyond the next island, beyond another, further still, and down deep below the waters, where you suddenly see a horn in a trove of gold and treasure. It calls to you directly and says, "Come and claim me, my champion." And that is where we're going to end today's session with two more sessions to go. I am so keen and so excited to see where we are going to deal with stuff. I know this kind of felt like a boss battle, but there's still a few more little twists and turns left to spare. And another high sea adventure aboard our Mimic ship. So do come back next fortnight when we're here, guys. We are a little bit over time, so I want to give a quick shout out, of course, to our dear friend Sam, who has gifted freaking I think 15 subs this session.
Let's go! 15!
That's freaking amazing.
It's
Thank you
amazing
so
to
much.
have you back, Classic Sam.
Hell
Thank you very
yeah.
much for coming back.
So good to see you. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Guys,
Classic Sam.
all right, let's do sign outs. That way. Go. You.
Hello, I'm Robert Hartley, GM. I'm a professional dungeon master and nerd, and you can find me just by typing my name, Robert Hartley, GM, into things. This was a lot of fun. Are
And
we doing any sort of stars or anything?
I mean, if you no, you're somewhere this weekend, aren't you? If you're watching this stream right now and live.
Yeah. Tomorrow I'm at Armageddon. Winter Armageddon in Auckland. So you should come and say hi.
My gosh, I wish we were there.
Me
It'd be
too.
so good.
All right, next down, shooting the ball over to our dear friend Patrick. Patrick, that great gentleman. That guy
Hi,
there.
everybody. My name is Patrick Keefe. I am that great gentleman everywhere on the internet. You can find me here the next 2 fortnights. You can also find me over on Offbeat Outlaws channel, where we do Paperwork Pantheon. It's a level 20 and beyond D&D campaign. We are all gods, and the godly realm is in essentially a modern office building. It's great.
Would Poseidon
This office,
I was gonna say,
gods.
would Poseidon fit in this office situation?
Yes, if he was a mid-level manager,
Okay, nice,
absolutely
perfect.
he would.
So good.
If he doesn't have a room, he just goes BAM.
Yeah, it's Dungeons and Dragons Gods meets The Office.
Yes,
beautiful.
perfect. I love it.
Dunder
I'm there
Mifflin.
for it.
I love it.
And you can also find me over at the Writers Room podcast, All Pirates All the Time.
Nice. Next up, of course, the delightful Janet.
That's me. My name is Janet. I write things like RPGs and novels. I also made World Anvil with my husband, which you can go check out if you want. We're just about to release a really, really freaking cool feature tomorrow, like nothing anyone has ever seen. But if you like time and you like space and you like world building, then it's probably for you. So go check it out. Awesome.
Check it out. Do it.
Time machine.
And I
At
got
me,
I
that's
got
what
a
I-
thing. I got a thing. There. Boom. Go to the thing. Follow the link.
Go
Follow
to
the
the
link. Link is the thing.
Go to
Do the thing. Yeah, do the thing. And of course, then we have, of course, none other than the dreaded GM himself.
Hello! My name's Josh, the Dread GM. I am also a professional GM. I love community. I love tabletop role-playing games, storytelling, and positivity. I just want to bring it to everything that I'm a part of, and hopefully it will be infectious, and we'll just have all the hype, all the fun, and all the awesomeness. So that's me. If you want to check out what I do, I run a channel called Dreaded GM, where I GM on Mondays as the Game Master for Storm King Slender, and then also you can catch me throughout the week working on homebrew and world building and stuff like that. If you want to catch me what I'm doing next, tomorrow I'll be on Phoenix Iwaki's channel for something that's very exciting called Rift Raiders, where I will be going against another party. So my party and another party are going against another. We're head to head, going through a dungeon, the same dungeon. However, the winner raids into the loser's channel. It's crazy, but it's a lot of fun. I can't wait to see what they do. It sounds really sick. So it's gonna be like we're gonna be running simultaneously. So if you want to see how we're both doing, you can join either stream. That should be tomorrow at 11 a.m. If you want to see what I'm doing throughout the week as well, at Dreaded GM at Twitter. I'm gonna be posting stuff there as well. So yeah.
Spectacular. And I'm Michael. Bye.